What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rollin Trade. It's the first episode of the segment on Rollin Good Media, where we're gonna break down, topics that we feel like discussing, stuff on the cannabis industry, stuff in our personal lives, just stuff that's going on in the world, whatever we feel like talking about. But this is the place where we're gonna break it down and, just get to it. I'm here with my boy Jeff today.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Jeff Lowry, owner and operator of Project Flower. Appreciate you, Real, for having me on the show today.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah, this the homie right here, man.
Right.
We be talking game and talking business all the time, so we figured it's only right we really just start recording it, when we chopping up this game and just talking shit. So
here we go.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Hope y'all enjoy. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it though, man. Let's start breaking this thing down on our thoughts on the current cannabis industry right now, just as a whole right now. Like, how we feeling? How you feeling?
I'm feeling optimistic. I still feel good about the cannabis, where cannabis is heading, where it's going. It's a lot of laws changing. I think like right now at this very moment, it's like kind of like a pause. Like we're in this gray area of like, what's the government gonna do? What's the feds doing? How are they gonna handle things on the state level? But I don't know, I'm very optimistic. I think that, once it really sets fire on the East Coast and more legalization starts to happen, I think it's gonna open a lot of doors for a lot of people in a good way.
Yeah.
So, I'm feeling good about it. What about you?
I'm feeling the same. I'm definitely feeling optimistic about it. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I first moved to back to out of like the legal state back to decriminalized state back to North Carolina.
Right.
Once I moved back,
okay.
Once I moved back, I was kind of worried about it, to be honest with you, because I was like, man, what's the industry like here, or like is it the industry here? But honestly, I've been surprised, bro. Especially as of late this last year. I've
here
been
in North Carolina.
Yeah, right here, bro. I've been surprised by it, pleasantly surprised for real though. Like it's. Especially with this THCA boom, man, like it's some real good product out here for real. Like,
that's the wave right now.
Yeah, it really is, man, and people are really getting to the money behind it too. So I'm all for it, man. It brings a different angle, bro, that I wasn't even really necessarily thinking too hard about. Especially being in the legal industry, you don't really think like. Once you in that world, you kind of get detached a little bit from the, from the black market a little bit. Like, I'm still shopping and still going to events, but it ain't the same as like only having that, or just living in that world.
Right, for sure.
But man, Charlotte got it going on for real. And I'm like you said, I'm optimistic about the industry as a whole, man. I think I will say I don't think it needs to be federally legal. I'm kind of like on a different side than I used to be about that. But
why wouldn't you want to be federally legal?
I feel like if the way that the government wants to go about it, if it's federally legal, I feel like they want to do it where it's gonna end up being like the pharmacy type shit. Like you're gonna have to go to like Walmart, CVS type shit. Like they want to do it like that. You know
want
what
the states to handle it.
Yeah. I want it to be state by state. You know what I mean? And once the feds get on it, it's gonna be the tax is gonna be crazy. The regulation is gonna be crazy. Like you've already seen how it's been like dealing with like, metric and all that nonsense in the legal world and all that shit. Like that shit is not a game, bro.
Hell nah. It's shit's serious.
Yeah, nah, for real.
No small room for error.
Yeah. But I think it's going in a good direction though. I mean, cause cannabis, is different than alcohol. Like, like the people, I think there's a different intent behind it, a lot of it, you know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, everybody just wants a good product, you know what I mean? So if you pushing that out.
As in any market, you know what I mean? It's no different. Yeah. But, I agree with you. And just a quick side note, for all my people in North Carolina, close to North Carolina, please do your due diligence. Read up on THCA, what's going on, what's happening, how you can be a part of it. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up in the false narratives, the facades they push on THCA. Just do your own due diligence, read up on it, research on it. You know what I mean? So definitely check that out. It's a lot of opportunity there if you want to get a foot in the cannabis game. So check that out. I got a few of them. Damn, I think that's yours.
Oh, yeah, shit. That's what I was looking for. But nah, for real, definitely do your due diligence, man, and don't, be closed-minded or, not open to certain things. Cause like I said, it's a lot of good THCA product. It's a lot of good product out here, man.
Like, nah, for sure.
If you do your due diligence and just do your research, find a reputable company, yeah, get some real good shit out here for real.
In the game. So yeah, back to what you were saying about the state thing. I kind of do agree with that for real. Like, I do want states to hold like ultimate say-so over how they handle cannabis. I don't think it should be a one set rule for all. You know what I'm saying? I think each state should handle it different because each state is different. It's different cannabis communities. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Markets.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I mean different because, like you said, it's different markets, different, consumers like different things. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think it should be uniform. You know what I mean? And when it goes federal, they're gonna try to make it uniform.
Yeah,
like every the whole country gonna try to operate under the same thing.
Right.
If they have it their way.
Right.
So which I don't think is gonna end up, serving the people the right way. I don't think the people gonna like that. I don't think they want that.
Nah, they don't.
Yeah, but
want a more personalized experience.
Yeah. So let's talk about how it feels, more specifically, how it feels to be like, black in the industry. Because a lot of us black and brown people, we go through different type of experiences, different type of struggles. We have to go through different types of, barriers and learning curves in this industry. So let's talk about that, both of us being, black men in this industry, trying to make our way.
I think for me, like my experiences have been up and down. I've had really great experiences, and then I've had really bad ones. I feel like being black and brown in these spaces is super hard because, on the other side of things, it's a major tool the government used to oppress us. But then it's like on the legal side of things, they make it super hard for us to even get in the doorway to do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody of color is going to face that. I think just trying to get in the door, like the black market, I think, us as black and brown people, we own it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We run it, and it's the best. It's really better than the commercial space.
Yeah.
But I think commercially, it's just super hard. I haven't had a lot of businesses that wanted to really do B2B, you know what I'm saying? That really want to be involved with my company. I think it's been a lot of obstacles, but I think, everybody faces that. I think cannabis is hard to get into, period, especially depending on like your environment or where you're at. Us being kind of on the East Coast is super, super, super hard because there's so many strict laws and stipulations. And the people that are kind of in already is kind of like a secret society. Like they've already, come together.
Yeah, it's real click tight, right?
Yeah, what I'm saying? And they ain't really wanting to let new people in. Which, I get it, I understand. But, it's just some of the difficulties I face.
And that's one thing I was going to, agree and say the same thing, that I face the same kind of shit. But I was going to kind of ask you, like, what do you think it is that, like, causes that level of, like, competition over, like, collaboration? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like within us, like, as a people, like, as a culture, as a people, like, there's so many of us trying to get in. But rather than, like, collaborating and figure out how we can work together to build something, a lot of times, it's like everybody wants to just be the owner of their shit. Like nobody wants to work with the next man and put their skills together. It seems like a lot of people just want to be, at the top, and they feel like there's only one seat at the top. You know what I mean? Like they like if they see you having motion going on, then they feel like nah. Like I need that seat. Like he's about to take the only seat, and it's not like that.
I think that comes from like. In my personal opinion, I think it's a lot deeper than just the cannabis market or why it's like that. I think like, us as a culture, it's been super hard to just maneuver in business.
Just in general?
In general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard for us to trust people in general. So I think it's just like, a subconscious thing that we do.
I agree.
It's like a defense mechanism. Like, nah, man, why you trying to work with me? What you think I got that you trying to get? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what kind of angle you got?
So I don't think it's necessarily like, it's not innately malicious in how certain people move. And then on the other hand, I just think the origin of, cannabis in the black market, period, you know what I'm saying? It gets dangerous sometimes behind cannabis.
Yeah,
so it's hard to trust people.
It is.
In this day and age. Cannabis is a cash crop. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money in that. So when money gets involved, things are heightened, tensions are heightened, mistakes are extremely big, so I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely think it's a lot of that. It could be like, I think you said, a deeper issue, like within the culture, you know what I mean? That we just, because it happens in every industry, you know what I mean? And I'm definitely like full aware of that. It's just interesting because coming up, I always thought of the cannabis industry as being like a real friendly industry, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like being like a real friendly community where people like collaborate, help each other. You can form bonds and, you know what I mean, network with people and stuff like that. People are willing to help you, extend the hand if they got the capability to.
Right.
But which that is the case, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't want to make it seem like it's all just, you know what I'm saying, bad and negative, but yeah, it's not as, you know what I'm saying, smooth as I thought originally. But it's definitely real interesting to see as it still grows, like, you know what I mean, that's still kind of those battles still go on and like those issues and stuff still be heavy on the forefront, man. I definitely want to see a change for it though. Like, I just want to see more of us work together, more of us, stop, competing with each other or hating on each other and all that kind of stuff. Cause they don't even got to be like that.
Right.
But, I mean, other than that, what kind of changes would you like to see, like, in the cannabis industry, like, across the board, as far as, like, not just, you know what I'm saying, within the culture, within the race or whatever? Like,
but
what
just
would you
in
like?
General?
Yeah. Like, what would
I would love to see more access for people to get into cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like, if states and governments didn't make it so hard for people to get permits and licensing to do so, I think that would be great for the culture. And I don't think everybody should be able to get a license, right? But I think, the stipulations that are set in stone right now are just like, it's almost, for certain people, impossible. You know what I'm saying? So I wish they would, loosen up on that. And to sort of speak to what you were saying a few moments ago, just that everybody would start working together a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Not be so, I got to outdo you, or my brand got the, you know what I'm saying? Just be more, everybody can work together. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Everybody got to make your money. You still want to like promote your brand and put your brand out there. And you can do that at the same time while you're helping others. You know what I'm saying?
That's that's the same shit I'm on, man.
That's what I'm looking for. What about yourself?
The same thing. I feel like it's real interesting when I look at, because I see a lot of these like DEI programs, and like I think that's kind of like what you was alluding to too as well, like where the people are kind of set up for failure. You know what I'm saying? We've seen and hearing a lot of examples of where they'll get these licenses through this DEI or these social equity, licensing programs. And then it'll end up hitting the fan because they don't have the right resources, the right knowledge, the right, first off, the right capital, because that be the problem off the rip. Most of the time is we don't got the capital. We just, you know what I'm saying? We got this piece of paper, this license, but it's like we don't, you know what I'm saying? You need $1 million for a plus up front. You know what I mean? The numbers increase, as it go, but like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
So it's like people like us that just, don't have those resources, then we be kind of left out for dry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
100%. 100%. But most definitely just having access to those resources and that knowledge is such a game changer. Like for me, that's what was a game changer for me. Like when I really sat down and I started looking at laws and how things work and like legal frameworks for things, I'm like, well, man, legally, we could do this, that, and the third. It just opens up a lot more doors for you. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking more, you start making more moves. So,
yeah. And I'd like to see, another change I'd like to see them at the local level. And a lot of these states, like I said, I'd like to see it like go state by state. They just open it up like that. But I'd like to see more representation at the local level of like, or at the state level and even like the local level of people who really know what's going on with it, and people who like look like us, you know what I mean?
People who really are involved in cannabis.
Right, yeah, for real. And I think a lot of the legislation needs to be, people who know what's going on. So that's just one change too. I like to see.
Yeah, I agree. At least some type of background or an attempt to,
right.
To
I
know
what that's what I'm saying. Everybody ain't gotta be,
dictating.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gotta be necessarily black. I'm not saying that.
Right.
Like I'm just like you
said. But be
like,
a part of the community at least.
In some way, shape, or form.
Know something about the community.
Something, right? But
ain't never smoked a joint in their life and over here telling us
what we need
illegal.
To do.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Controlling our weed. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. I definitely don't agree with that.
100%, bro.
All right, man. Let's talk a little bit about like these trends and all this kind of stuff like within like the, cannabis community right now. I feel like we've had like within the past, I don't even want to say past decade, or ever so. We've had like strain errors, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like right now we're kind of in like the candy era of the strain era.
For sure.
How are you feeling about like the strain eras, and like what do you think is going to be like in the future for that? Like, what do you think the next thing is?
I think that's the dope thing about cannabis is like, it's kind of like, it's hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to really tell.
It's hard to call it.
It's always changing. It's changing every day. You know what I'm saying? Trends are changing every day. Yeah. Like what's lit in one state, a few hours away in another state, it's not. They don't even know about it. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's dope. The strain eras to me, I think is fun. It's cool. Like you go through these eras where you get in this certain type of weed. They have this certain height and popularity, and the next thing you know, they don't even grow that shit no more. Like. I was at a distro the other day and I came across some like original Granddaddy perp.
Damn,
like
real?
GDP.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is the original strain. Like it literally reminded me of a time in my life.
I was just about to say,
I literally bought it because it was like, I don't know, it was more like I was buying back a piece of my like childhood with this. Like, I remember smoking this shit as a kid damn near.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's the dope part about it. You know what I'm saying? We went through the phase of like OGs, like, you know what I'm saying? The Granddaddy Perps, the Dros, all this shit. Yeah. And now we're at the candies. You know, it used to be the cookies. Yeah. And it was the gelato and it was the runs. Yeah. We kind of went into this candy phase. So I don't know what's next. We might revert back to that OG.
That's what I'm kind of hoping for, to be honest with you. Right. If you ask me, I'm kind of hoping for like the OGs to make a resurgence. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy with the mix of everything being, you know what I'm saying, people being able to get whatever it is that they want.
For sure.
But like, if the OGs made a resurgence, I'm definitely, here for that to come back and make it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just very interesting though. Like you said, I think it's so crazy now. It's so hard to call for real. You never know what everybody's gonna be into next. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I definitely think I know what is always good about it though is people are trying to make the best possible shit that they can. Right. You know what I mean? Like for the most part, like of course, you know what I mean. There's people who are cutting corners and doing spray and all that other shit. But like, nah, like. You know what I'm saying? For the people,
that's an era in itself.
That is an era in itself. The spray era. What do you think about that?
Bro, I don't know, man. I don't want to like talk bad on it, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, but it's definitely going down. And shit, people want it. There are some clients, there are some customers out there, some consumers who they want that shit. They're asking for that. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't like it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my personal opinion. But like, it's a wild time in cannabis. It's a wild time.
It's a very wild time. I never really thought I'd see a time for
this. The packaging right now, I mean, it's insane. I mean,
yeah, I wanted to get into that too. Come on, let's get into it.
Bro, I must clap it up for the cannabis community. Being so extremely, like,
the effort is
creative.
There. The effort is there. You can't say it's
savvy and so thoughtful. Like, bro, it's amazing for real. It's marketing on a whole nother scale. Yeah. People aren't even paying attention to that. Some people might count it out and think it's so cheesy. And I get it, at some points it is a bit over the top. But in the bigger scheme of things, bro, it's ingenious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I get they're going through this thing right now where the government and the states don't want, the packaging to reminisce, childhood things or children things or like toys or children characters.
Where it appeals to them, right? And
I get that to a certain degree or extent. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, bro. See, some of this shit is amazing.
It is amazing. I have to give it to him. I have to give it to him for the creativity.
Right.
I definitely don't like the shit that's like appealing to
to the kiddies.
Kids. Like don't do like the candy brands or like the the cartoon characters and all that shit. Like I feel like we can do a little bit more. Like the creativity is definitely like we can do some more.
Nah, for sure.
That. Like we don't have to go that route about it.
I definitely.
But But yeah, I think it is amazing though, all the different packaging you're seeing right now. But hey, everybody needs to just make sure you putting some good flour in all that packaging.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause you know what I mean? Like don't go all crazy on the packaging and then there's some boof in there. Yeah. We don't the people don't want that. Yeah, and it's not gonna last. Whether you think it is or not. You might be booming for a second. It's not gonna last though.
No, I think stuff like that is more so on just like a smaller level, like a real street level of
for
selling.
Sure. That's where you see most of it at.
Yeah,
that's where you see most of it at for sure.
But I mean, it's a lot of consumers affected by that type of behavior.
Exactly, because that's never gonna die. That's always gonna be there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, that's always gonna be important. So yeah, for sure.
100%.
So how you feeling about some of these weed events, man? We've been talking about it a little bit recently, man. Like we need to get out going to some of these things, man.
Yeah.
What you thinking?
I love them. I think the cannabis events are like a great scene to network. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Build up your list of contacts of people that you can reach out to. And, get some good business relationships going. It also kind of puts you on the game for what's to come. You know what I'm saying? And what people are doing, what are the trends that's going on, what are businesses buying into, what are consumers buying? Mm-hmm. It's a lot of ways to see new product showcases. So I think that's a great thing about it. And just a way to learn for real. They do a lot of seminars, a lot of speaking engagements. And I always love shit like that because you learn so much. You know what I'm saying? You get so much game. Shit like that is priceless. And you learning from like industry experts, like people who are in the field. They're doing this shit.
They're done it, and they're doing it now.
This ain't, I'm gonna say the lifestyle, I'm super rich, driving this is people that's in the field doing this.
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts.
Yeah. Man, I'm with you. I love it, man. I love these events, man. As long as they're doing it right and doing it safe, you know what I mean? Like, because there's always gonna be some BS out there, but nah, bro. For the most part, I like. These events are great. Like you said, the networking and the game that you get and the education and stuff, that shit is priceless, bro. You can't get that. Like you can't pay for that anywhere. And I mean, I'm huge on networking. So I mean, just from the gift of gab and the word of mouth, like even just, talking to people, you never know you could run into and what type of relationship you can build at one of them things. I've been to a few, but it's been a while since I've been to one, but especially like a bigger one. But I'm definitely, we've been talking about it. We're definitely looking to get to something soon. So, y'all can stay tuned for that. Definitely, we're going to start hitting some of these events.
Please do.
Because that's big, for real. And a lot of people need, what you spoke to, too, a lot of people need the education. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know a lot of people, a lot of y'all out there, like, want to be educated. It's not like you just want to see what's going on. Like, and a lot of y'all, want to be in it for real and want to be educated up on it. You want to know what you're consuming. You want to know what's out there, what you can get your hands on, and I mean, just the status of everything.
That's the biggest game changer, bro. Just having that knowledge, dog. Yeah. Understanding the verbiage and the lingo, like being able to approach people and hold a conversation. It's like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Like, that is the shit that puts you in a room with the people you want to be surrounded by, that you want to learn from.
100%. Because a lot of us they lack. A lot of us lack that. You know what I mean? Like, if we just had that, like a lot of us we be set, we be good, bro. Like we just need just like a little help in the right direction, and we'll be straight.
For sure.
But I definitely think that's what's on the way. I feel like a shift is happening too. And I've just kind of talked about this on social media too recently. I feel like a shift is happening in like the content in the media space, just when it comes to the quality of stuff that's out there, because a lot of people were like at the start of COVID and like, you know what I'm saying, just in the recent past, within the last couple of years, a lot of people have just wanted to be entertained. But I think a lot of people now want to be educated,
right?
And they're kind of over just the straight entertainment all the time. Just
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just watching somebody smoke.
Yeah, like the challenges, or just like you said,
strains,
like let me see who can smoke all day long, or who can smoke the most. Like that's, I feel like, you know what I mean? Yeah, that era, for like we've been talking about eras. Shit, that era, if you want to be honest, that era I feel like is fading out.
Yeah.
A lot of people are kind of off of that. Like, it was cool, it was funny, it was entertaining for a minute.
Right.
It was cool. You know what I'm saying? I participated in it. It was cool. But like, now it's just like, nah, let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's kind of move on from small talk onto like bigger picture type stuff, or like let's really get to some substance for real. Cause there's really some good weed out here, and there's some money out here. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're into it for that, it's whatever you're into it for. But this cannabis industry,
it's endless opportunity.
Man, it's wide open for real.
Another thing, like I be trying to tell folks, is like people look at, you know, hopping in cannabis as just one narrow route. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'ma just grow some bud and sell it, or I'ma just open a store and sell the weed out of there. Bro, it's so many other things you can do. It's so many different facets and moving pieces to the cannabis industry that people don't even think about. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because they're just thinking about it on the surface level, like you said, I just need a strain, or like, let me just open a dispensary.
Right.
Like, there's so many different pieces and, you know what I'm saying, players in the game that, you know what I'm saying, are not even doing anything that's involved with anything.
Right.
Like that, you know what I mean? So,
for sure.
I definitely, I'm here for the shift, because I feel like that is going to be what educates people and also lets people know what all opportunities are out there. Because I feel like a lot of people want to be in the industry in their own capacity. Like, they want to do, you know, certain things out here, but they just need a little information on it, man. They just need somebody to coach them up. You know what I mean? Maybe a mentor or something like that. Like, somebody to put them on game, or just somebody to learn from, or maybe even sometimes you just need to see an example of somebody that looks like you that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, yo, okay, I can do it now for real. Like, I see, you know what I'm saying? Whoever doing it, that means I could do it too.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm definitely trying to be part of that shift and be a part of that wave too, man. And just trying to educate people. That sounded like, to be honest, one of the main things that I'll be trying to do with, you know, this platform, or what I'll be trying to do with, you know, my you know, purpose or lane in this industry. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, indeed. Etching that purpose out. I like that. Having real purpose.
Yeah, man. Just having like real purpose and real, like, you know what I mean?
Why kind of behind what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, purpose is a great word, but just like having like substance and purpose to what you're doing for real. Like, keeping it organic, of course, like never gonna be forced or anything like that. But like, man, like it's a lot of people that have the want. They just don't have the know-how. You know what I mean? They just don't have the education or the know-how or the connections. You know what I mean? Like, we've been able to connect and then connect other people through, you know what I mean? Like, just in a period of time, bro.
Yeah,
like,
just in our, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, knowing each other,
For real.
100%. But yeah, I want to be a part of that trailblazing group that kind of pushes that narrative and kind of like incentivizes that wave, you know, that change, so to speak. I love putting people on, for real. I think that's my purpose and my why is like just putting people on what's going on.
Yeah.
You can do this shit too. You can do it legally. You know what I'm saying? You can do it the right way. You can approach it the right way. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm all for education and learning and putting people on, putting people together, the right people. I mean, I think that's what it takes to like really build that network that you want. You know what I'm saying? I want to be involved with all the people that I helped along the way, or that might have helped me, who now they're doing big things all over.
Right.
So now my system of people, they're doing big stuff.
Yeah, it stretches across abroad.
They're all over. You know what I'm saying? They're doing stores, they're doing volume work, they're doing numbers, distribution, manufacturing, being on that level with people.
Yeah, all angles, yeah. People doing all different things, man. Yeah, sure. No, I'm right there with you on that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the wave. I think that's where it's going west. I think that's where we going. I think that's where the industry's going. And I'm definitely here, absolutely here for it, man. Like,
yes, indeed, brother.
And I'm gonna be documenting everything across the
way,
man. The whole way.
Yeah, we gotta show it.
It's gonna be documented, man.
Like, damn,
a lot of people need to see it. Yeah, that was gonna be tragic.
Oh man, you saw that? It's
yeah,
be over with.
Yeah, man. But
what else you got for me, man? What's on your mind, man? What is something you want to talk about in cannabis today, right now?
Other than the things that we've talked about right now,
it can be anything. It can be minuscule. It can be something super big. What's your next move in cannabis? What's your goal?
Well, I'll say that right now I'm definitely feeling like there's a big void in the cannabis media space. I'm seeing it start to feel a little bit like a lot of people, a lot of companies and brands are starting to attach themselves to media. They'll have a podcast platform or something like that, some kind of outlet where they're talking about their brand or talking about things like, their opinions or their, experiences, whatever the case may be, or educating people, whatever.
Right.
I see it growing for sure. But honestly, just to, kind of just piggyback off of what we was talking about earlier, I'm just ready to start to get into that, man. I'm ready to see that wave continue and be pushed to the forefront. Like, I feel like, cannabis is a multi-billion-dollar industry, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's a void in the media platform for it. It's still kind of like put on the back burner, people kind of like, on the cut with that shit.
Right.
But like, I feel like as it starts to get pushed to the forefront more, then I think things will be more like how they should be for real.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's very weird. It's been very weird seeing that the money in it, because I've been on both sides of it. So it's been very weird seeing the money on the legal side and then seeing, obviously the money on the black market side, but then seeing like the feeling and the vibes on both, you know what I mean? Like, everybody making money, everybody making, paper in this shit.
Right.
Like, we all doing somewhat similars of a lot of the same shit.
Right.
Like, so I'm ready for it to start to like, come together and be cohesive, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had to say one thing, I think that's what's been on my mind a lot lately when it comes to the industry right now. You know what I mean? I think that's big right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you.
But yeah, man, you got anything else for the people? You got anything else in your mind, bro?
Again, I just want to speak to people, doing their due diligence. If you want to hop in the cannabis industry, like, go research, go see what's available to you right now locally. Like, there are cannabis farms in North Carolina that you can go to, like full functioning farms, like from seed to shelf. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of free resources out there for you to go read up on. Just go, you know what I'm saying? And then tap in with me and I can help guide you. Tap in with us.
Exactly.
We can help guide you.
Yeah. And like I said before, I'm going to be, doing a lot of documenting of, the process and a lot of what we're doing when we talking to people and networking, getting education so we can give y'all pass the education on. Because, I mean, that's, what it's about. That's only right, that we pass on some of the networking and some of the opportunities and the education that we gain, through our journeys to, through our businesses. So, that's what it's going to be about. But yeah, like you said too, I'm definitely going to stay tuned for some farm documentaries.
Right.
Some farm,
some footage.
Yeah, some farm footage for real. Yeah, stay tuned for some farm footage for real.
Yeah.
Like, because that's going to be great.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm. I heard there's a real big distribution center here too that I'm trying to, tap in with them and
there's
see what's
a few
up with
of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a few of them out here.
Yeah, man. But Hey, this been the first episode of the Rollin Trade. I think it's been dope, man.
It's been real. I appreciate the conversation.
Yeah, of course, man. I appreciate you, taking the time out, man. We always be chopping game like this. So
all the time, yeah.
That's only right. We've been talking about this, but it's only right we, started it up and just, started rolling it up, breaking it down, bro.
There we go, brother.
Yeah,
that indeed,
up, man. But everybody stay tuned, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, keep it rolling. Peace.
Here we go.